Some families take their kids to Disneyland. Some families take the whole family out and see the country. Judd Apatow's family? He just makes a movie with them. In his new film, This Is 40, which is sort of a sequel to Knocked Up, which came out 5 years ago, which I think is his best film he's ever done. Now we're there's no reference to those Seth Rogen and Katherine Heigl's characters at all. I don't think there was a reference at all. But now we're learning about Paul Rudd and Leslie Mann and their family. The kids are again played by Leslie Mann and Judd Apatow's real kids. Now they're 5 years older. They have some issues. There's just so much going on. Okay, they're losing their house. Someone is stealing from them at work. They might have additional family. There's just so much going on. I can't name them all, but Albert Brooks is also in this film, and Robert Smigel, and Jason Segel, Megan Fox, and John Lithgow, and I know I'm forgetting somebody else. Albert Brooks, I said that. This is a really cool cast. A lot of great, funny people, and I was very excited to go back into this world that Judd Apatow created 5 years ago. We're just full blown onto the story of how Leslie Mann and Paul Rudd, I don't know what their movie names were in the film, I don't remember at all, but they're a married couple and they're just trying to survive day in and day out, and they have their issues, and that's what I do enjoy about a Judd Apatow film, is that he mixes really gross out humor and gives it a really huge heart, and slightly makes it hyper realistic with the comedy. You still believe it even if it goes over the top and it's crazy. You still buy into it because I do enjoy his film even though I'm not in love with his movies. I did love The 40-Year-Old Virgin, and I loved Knocked Up. Funny People had its moments. I did like it, and I'd have to say This is 40. I would say I liked a little bit more than Funny People, and not as much as I loved Knocked Up. I think Knocked Up is one of the greatest comedies made in the last 15 years. This film, This Is 40, has its moments. There are some really genuine moments, and I have to say I laughed at least 80% of the time while watching this movie. And it wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious funny. It was more like, oh, that's clever, that's true. I can relate to that somehow. I don't have kids, I don't have a wife, I have no family, but I have family and I have relationships with them. And I like that. I like that aspect while watching his movies. But on the other hand, this movie is almost 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it does drag. It drags a lot, and it is repetitive, and at times it does get it gets its messages across really quick, and then it goes on and on and on. It really outstays its welcome. It's funny, but it's around for a while. And I think if you shave about 45 minutes of this movie, make it about an hour and a half, get every point across you want, you might have one of the best comedies of the year. This is definitely not one of the best comedies of the year, but it is funny, it is good. I like the characters, even though there are some moments, especially in the last 45 minutes or half an hour of the film, there's just a lot of awkward moments of dialogue where a normal person would just walk up and leave, at least listen to what the person has to say, and then maybe, stay silent. But I know it's a movie and they have to create dialogue and create these situations. Yes, the humor is there. Yes, the realism and the real true life experience are presented, but then at times it does feel a little phony, a little like, if I was in the situation, I'd either walk up and leave, or I would say, you guys are all terrible people. We all have problems. Everybody has things they have to deal with in their lives. Grow up, deal with it, and move on. And you could at least do that in about 90 minutes of a movie. Why do you have to do it for over 2 hours and 15 minutes? It's just way too long. And that's what really upsetted me the most about this film, even though I enjoyed it. I did enjoy the experience that I had there. It didn't need to be so freaking long. It could have been a really short film. But there's one thing I do want to talk about before I forget, and I can move on with my life. I do like the aspect of what they bring up. One of the daughters, the oldest daughter, is obsessed with Lost. And I was a huge fan of Lost, and I've seen the whole series. So if you've seen the whole series of Lost, you can appreciate this movie, because either the people that love the ending of Lost or the people that didn't love the ending of Lost. I'm one of the people that I enjoyed the ending of Lost. Maybe I'm not totally in love with it, but I love those last 2 hours, some capacity or another. Yes, it's got lots of problems, but that's a running theme throughout the entire film. And I love that. Every time I came on, I just got so excited, like, yes, I wonder how she's going to react with the ending of Lost. Is she going to be upset, or is she going to cry? And that was one of the most amazing moments of the film. You do believe that there are a family unit, even though the girls that are playing the young kids, and I know if Judd Apatow was not making this movie, they would probably hire professional actors. So it does kind of get bogged down by those kids' performances. They're not great, but I didn't find them too annoying. But you know, they've just been lucky to be born in a family full of comedians. And I love Judd Apatow. I look forward to his next film, and I hope he does something totally different. It's what he does best. So, you know, stick with what you do best, I guess. You know, don't change. I give This Is 40 3 stars. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook. And please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film.
It's a tough beat, but somebody's got it.
I'm 35 and that was 40. Is that what I have to look forward to? Gosh, I hope not. I'm 40. I'm not complaining all the time. I'm enjoying my life, and I'm not so depressed, and I have some friends, and maybe I'll meet a nice girl and have some kids, get married, make my mom happy. Oh crap, I'm complaining.